And quite intimidating. And the look that he gave me was so disturbing, so absolutely shocking and horrified. It was like I was naked, basically. It was like
I think he was in love with...
At the age of 56, Julian Mcmahon, the charismatic star of Nip Tuck, dropped a bombshell on the Graham Norton show, exposing what he claimed were Meghan Markle's deepest, darkest skeletons. This was not just idle gossip, it was a scathing indictment, delivered with a deadpan edge, only for the actor to tragically pass away shortly after due to a battle with cancer. The twist? Mcmahon and Meghan first crossed paths at the Suits TV show premiere, where he alleges her diva behavior first reared its head. So pour yourself a cup of tea or perhaps something stronger, because this royal drama is about to unfold with all the gravity of a palace scandal. Let us paint the picture.
To get him not to sign a prenup, she must have a trick pelvis like we don't understand. And everyone is so mad at her now. She's going on Dancing with the Stars with one leg.
Oh, this is like Strictly Come Dancing in the States, is Dancing with the Stars, and she's going on, it's true.
It was a lively evening on the Graham Norton show, a platform known for its blend of wit and unfiltered celebrity confessions. Julian Mcmahon, with his chiseled features and a career that spanned charm to FBI Most Wanted, sat alongside Norton, exuding a mix of charm and weariness. The conversation meandered through his acting roles, but then Norton, ever the provocateur, steered it toward Mcmahon's early encounters with Meghanmarkle. The studio hushed as Mcmahon leaned forward, his voice low and deliberate. She acted like a diva, he said, his words cutting through the air like a surgeon's scalpel, a fitting metaphor for a man who once played a plastic surgeon. Treated everyone with contempt and disdain, snubbing the crew as if she were the star of the show. The audience gasped, and the tension was palpable, a moment that would linger long after his untimely death.
Actor Julian Mcmahon, known for his starring roles in Nip Tuck and the 2000s Fantastic Four movies, died Tuesday in Clearwater, Florida.
McMahon had privately been battling cancer. He was only 56 years old.
From her whirlwind romance with Princeharry to the explosive Oprah interview, she has been a lightning rod for controversy. But this was different. Coming from Mcmahon, a seasoned actor who worked alongside her, it carried a weight that tabloid rumors never could. His claim painted a picture of a young Meghan, pre-royalty, already exhibiting the behavior that would later define her public image. The sarcasm crept in as he added, she strutted around like she had already won an Oscar, while the rest of us were just extras in her personal drama. It was a line delivered with a dry wit that left Norton chuckling nervously, and viewers hooked. For those tuned into this saga, Mcmahon's words were not entirely unexpected. Meghan's time on Suits, where she played Rachel Zane, had always been tinged with whispers of on-set tension. Crew members had occasionally leaked stories of her demanding nature, but nothing as direct as this. Mcmahon's account suggested a pattern, one that stretched from the set of a legal drama to the gilded halls of Buckingham Palace. She looked down her nose at everyone. He continued, his tone skeptical yet tinged with pity. It was as if the premiere was her coronation, and we were all peasants. The deadpan humor landed heavily, a stark contrast to the gravity of his revelation, and it built a narrative arc that kept the audience leaning in.
When I was younger, in international waters, I would. Not domestically. But when I was younger...
That was just Speedo, come on.
Well, you'll have to check out my website. No, but I used to because...
Hungry for more, the tension escalated. As Norton pressed for details, Mcmahon recounted a specific incident at the premiere where Meghan allegedly ignored a group of junior crew members who had worked tirelessly to make the event a success. She breezed past them, he said, his voice steady, without so much as a glance. While I had to step in and thank them myself, it was a damning anecdote, one that suggested a disconnect between Meghan's public persona and her private behavior. The suggestion that this attitude persisted into her royal role, where staff complaints had surfaced over the years, added fuel to the fire.
America, it's broad shorts, and that's pretty much it. And I'll tell you a quick funny story. My first experience coming to the United States, I was in a beach in Miami, and we were working there, and there was this Texas businessman. We were all decided to go down to the beach after work, and everybody kind of stripped off their attire.
McMahon's insider perspective, drawn from their shared Hollywood past, made this more than gossip. It was a critique with teeth. He went on to describe how her behavior alienated even the most seasoned professionals, a detail that painted her as out of touch long before her royal ascent. They have weathered Prince Andrew's Epstein ties, Kate Middleton's health speculations, and now this. McMahon's expose taps into a vein of frustration, a skepticism toward Meghan's narrative of empowerment that many find hard to swallow. In the US, where celebrity scandals hold sway, audiences might see this as another chapter in the Meghan vs. Sholdy saga, with McMahon cast as an unlikely hero or villain, depending on their allegiance. The slow, deliberate pacing of his revelations ensured every word sank in, building toward a climax that would define his legacy.
Dropping a vagina at the same time.
So who's it?
You won't ever leave the house, trust me.
The gravity of his words was amplified by the knowledge that this was one of his last public appearances, lending an air of finality to his accusations. That climax arrived when Norton asked if McMahon believed Meghan's behavior had shaped her royal downfall. "Oh, absolutely," he replied, his voice rising with a theatrical edge. She brought that diva attitude to the palace, and it is no wonder they are all at each other's throats. It was a brutal assessment, delivered with the confidence of a man who had seen the industry's highs and lows. The studio erupted in murmurs, and social media ignited with hashtags like #AMCMain exposes Meghan and #RoyalDiva. The sarcasm peaked as he quipped, "Maybe she should have stayed on Suits." At least there, she could rewrite the script. It was a deadpan zinger that left Norton grinning and the audience in a mix of shock and amusement, even as the weight of his words settled. The studio lights seemed to dim slightly, as if acknowledging the seriousness of the moment, while the cameras captured every nuance of McMahon's expression. But what does this mean for the royal family? The Windsors, masters of silent dignity, face yet another PR storm. King Charles, now 83 and navigating his reign with care, might wince at the spotlight shifting to McMahon's dying declaration. Prince William, focused on his charitable endeavors, could find himself once again defending the family's honor. And Harry, he's likely across the pond, unaware that an old colleague's final act was to tarnish his wife's image. The tension between royal tradition and tabloid sensationalism has rarely been more acute, and McMahon's words, delivered from beyond the grave, might widen that divide further. Palace aides are undoubtedly drafting responses, balancing the need to protect the family's reputation with the inevitability of public curiosity. As the interview concluded, McMahon's tone softened, a hint of regret creeping in as he reflected on his career. "I have seen a lot," he said, his voice faltering slightly, "and this was one story I had to tell. It was a poignant moment, a man facing his mortality yet determined to leave a mark." Tragically, his battle with cancer claimed him soon after, a loss mourned by fans and colleagues alike. His widow's statement confirmed his peaceful passing in Clearwater, Florida, but the legacy of that Graham Norton appearance lingers. Meghan's Hollywood and royal journey, already under scrutiny, takes another hit, and the royal watchers are left dissecting every syllable. The news of his death, announced just days ago on July 5, 2025, adds a layer of melancholy to his revelations, turning his critique into a posthumous bombshell. The aftermath is inevitable. UK papers like The Telegraph will splash headlines across their front pages, while Commonwealth outlets debate McMahon's credibility with fervor. In the US, entertainment shows will replay the clip endlessly, analyzing Meghan's every move with forensic detail. Retention soars as viewers await her response or Harry's retaliation. Engagement explodes, with comments ranging from "McMahon was a hero" to "Meghan has been exposed." It is a masterclass in drama, delivered by a man whose final act was to pull back the curtain on a royal enigma. Online forums buzz with speculation, with some users digging into old suits behind the scenes footage for corroboration, while others defend Meghan's right to privacy in the face of such accusations. Delving deeper, McMahon's critique strikes at Meghan's carefully curated brand of resilience and independence. Her post-royal ventures, from Arkewell to her Netflix projects, have struggled to match the hype, and his words might resonate with those who see her as out of touch. His own journey, marked by a successful acting career and a dignified exit, despite his illness, offers a stark contrast to Meghan's faltering reinvention. The political undertones are undeniable too. British politics, with its recent upheavals and shifting alliances, provides a backdrop where McMahon's outburst fits as a critique of power and privilege, echoing sentiments among viewers who question the monarchy's relevance in the Commonwealth. Where royal loyalty varies, his words might spark heated discussions about the balance between celebrity and duty. As the world mourns McMahon's passing, his final performance on Graham Norton becomes a cultural touchstone. The royal saga rolls on, fueled by scandal and sarcasm, a 10-minute roller coaster for the 35 to 65 crowd hooked on this drama. The stage is set, the spotlight burns bright, and the story continues to unfold with all the unpredictability of a Hollywood ending-turned-royal tragedy. Will Meghan respond with a statement to counter the claims? Will the palace issue a rebuttal to protect its image? For now, the curtain falls on McMahon, but the drama he ignited burns on. Tributes pour in from fellow actors and fans, while pundits analyze the intersection of his legacy with Meghan's narrative, creating a complex tapestry of entertainment and ethics that will linger for years.